All right, good morning. I'll wait till a few more people are here, and then I am going to go over the economic numbers coming this week. Again, back over 25. This morning, within range. We have broken out of trend line resistance, so time for it to pull back and then reflect and bounce, and that's a great area to get into. Again into the market. Some making this pivot comes back up to test the 200 moving average. That's likely scenario. That's what we have in action. Bottom being put in, and then a little W. Either a higher leg, double bottom leg. Well, one or either of those two. But the one in 2020 didn't have a W. It had a little inside W there, but it was much more V-shaped. The bounce out, like this whole region after this green day here, 2020, was much more pronounced to the up. Yes. That you would call a V shape. We will likely get a W shape. Most W's in some form, whether they're times it's even undercut, and then W is very common. And in fact, if you think about it, there's W's in here too, but it was just very V-shaped in 2020. Good morning, Michael. Okay, so a bunch of you are here now. So economically speaking, this morning we have JOLTS job openings numbers at 10 a.m. So the market will be contained. It won't be extremely yet until those JOLTS numbers come at the top of the hour at 10. And then tomorrow in the morning we have GDP, and then PCE, personal spending, at 10. So we have GDP in the morning. So it's always 8:30 when we talk about the morning. And that's a huge economic number that we're going to be getting, whatever it is, tomorrow morning. And then PCE at 10. And then on Thursday, we got jobless claims in the morning, and then PMI at 10. And then Friday, we have NFP, non-farm payrolls, unemployment at 8:30 in the morning. So this week is just a smorgasbord of volatility inducing economic numbers. I mean, we don't have the Fed reporting on anything, but I mean, we've just got a lot of numbers coming in that correct allocations across trade desks worldwide, depending on how they come in. So we're going to see a lot of whiplash. I'm not saying that we're going to see giant moves. That could happen. I'm not saying we could see giant moves, though. I'm saying there's a lot of whiplash possibility. goes one way and then rips down to the other way, and then it goes the other way, and it's a bunch of bullshit. Just a lot of volatility um, until all those numbers are in, and then next week, let's even take a look. Yeah, interest rate decision on Wednesday. That's the biggest one, and then Thursday jobless claims, and then that's it for next week. Fed decision next week. GDP this week. Inflation the week after that. Inflation. So it's GDP this week, Fed next week, inflation the week after that. So we're in for a lot of calibrating economic numbers coming out over the next 3 weeks. However, this week in particular, has the most whiplash. Just one day things are working great, maybe, and then the next day it goes the other way, and then the next day it goes the other way back again, and then the next day it goes the other way back again, and we're just and all those days, each and of themselves, could be all fake outy and whiplashy and trappy. So this is going to be a very uh, it's an asteroid field of a week. This next week not so bad, and that's the Fed rate decision. So that's saying a lot. So be prepared to trim, cut, protect, pull back your money off the table, wait things out. Worry about. Don't worry. It's the increase in uncertainty and volatility is not worth subjecting your money to. You want to be in a low volatility, nice and smooth rising environment. Consider lovely. You don't all this volatility. You don't want to subject your money to volatility. It's too difficult to manage. And you will probably that fight that game in a high volatility environment, higher, let's say. Everything should be a scalp. Take your money and run. So this week is like very much like that. Just watch everything carefully. The market's opening in 55. Watching everything carefully. Cut where you need to cut. So I'm going to be going through mine positions probably right at the open here. I'm just going to be defensive all morning. Even if things go up, I'm going to take some off. So as far as opportunities this morning, I'll let you but pretty much the beginning of the show here until the top of the hour, 10 o'clock, when we release some economic data, I'm going to be Mr. Defensive. So I'm going to be watching my positions, watching the market positions. We continue to have our list, but just go to the group to look at that yesterday. I posted it if you want to look through opportunities. Not necessarily a day entries. However, if something is there, let me know. Do let me know. Fine. Do let me know. Okay, here we go. Market's open. And right out of the gate, I've got a bunch of things red. Got some PCSs that are doing just, but what I wanted to CrowdStrike apparently is moving. HWM, okay, CrowdStrike is fine. Let's see what HWM alert is about. Okay. We're filling in HWM, which is just a beautiful looking opportunity here. What was the one you got in yesterday? KTOS. Yeah, I was not able to get allocation, even though I wanted. How is that doing? Oh, that's doing. Again, I would remain defensive with it. So take 10% off, 5% off. Take a little sliver off if it's doing well. And just do that every time it does a little well. Use plus 5%, plus 10%, plus 15%, plus 20% gains as milestone spots for you to be taking something off the table. Okay, my positions are up now in green, so I guess the market is solid. That's good. There goes KTOS, looking good. Probably up 0.8%. It's not time yet. But when by the time it gets to that prior high of 34.50, right underneath 34.50, might 2%, like a very small amount. Right here, perhaps under 34. Right, moving beyond that, I gotta look at my dash. Doing good, okay. Good, especially in PCS land. I'm gonna Chewy. Nice. That's fine. Good. It gave me 8. Pressure's on for them to fill my 7th. Okay. Robinhood. I've got just a market while we're sitting. Growth market is bouncing. Good. Earnings coming up, so on that, and that's going to squish my profit. Put there, I just closed one. I'm still at 83% max profit. Okay, or 76 rather. Hims is way up. That's not right. That must be pricing because Hims has not been doing well. Oh my God, Hims is way up this morning. There, good. Well, I'm glad I'm getting all. Up there. Boom. I got an insta fill. I've got another contract on that. So I just got about 85% max profit on Hims and got my last contract for sure on whoever needs it, maybe 90% plus. Okay, I got Chewy Hood and Hims orders out. Berkshire, which I could put some orders in for. Look at that. Hanging up there, elevated, really nice fast bounce. We call that tennis ball action. Boing, not eggs. Okay, Berkshire here. Let's see if I can. That's it for a little while. Sprouts Farmers Market is pulled back to below 50% because of the rise in volatility because of earnings coming up. Well, let's see if I can fill on a long way off, so I'll let that gestate. GEV pulling back 1%. EKO. DoorDash. Going back there one more time. Discover card. Fine. WMB. Fine. I gotta find something to cut if just in case something happens. GE with continuation. Very nice. What is it? What does it say? YouTube working for you, Michael? I got like 80% drop frames. Am I skipping? A lot of drop frames. I'm going to stop the Twitter. Guys, sorry, Twitter guys. Bye bye. There it goes. It stopped. Okay, so you didn't even answer me, so maybe something's totally wrong. I said. Okay, JP Morgan. I'll go over to Twitch, you guys, if you need to. JP Morgan, fine. It's in the game. It's in. Very nice continuation. High type flag. YTM. Fine. Chewy Tesla. Back. Gap open, pulling back. Doing all right. The market. Okay. Bounce just now on the market. Can hang out until 10 a.m. That will be best. Some of the ones on the list, we're at about 60% breadth. It's skipping a bit. Yeah, I believe it probably is. That it like that. That's funny. VRNA, okay, which blasted out, and this morning is way up. I mean, this is a beautiful up over here, except that it's too volatile on the right side. Oh yeah, look at that. ERS is just perfect. PGR. So what was that again? Underlined because it's just so damn good. You know why it's good? Is because the base is really longest base it's had. Potential here is huge because it made a run of 300% half years there. And things tomorrow at up. Take a little like pilot position on it to hold through things, and then I'm going to add to it. I'm going to do a quarter position. Shares, it says. DRS. Oh, I am not allowed to buy anything today because I did get a maintenance call. Even though I've satisfied it, I think I'm not allowed to buy anything today. Well, this DRS is... I'll try to grab it tomorrow on earnings. Michael, everybody, remember to remind me tomorrow, DRS. We want to take a look at that and see. Finally, tomorrow the earnings will be. Sure if it's in the morning or after hours, but let's not forget. Okay, pulling back a little more. We got Tesla. The market's acting kind of stable, even though it's a little unstable from the open. Choppy back and forth. So I believe what's done is they're waiting for the 10 a.m. numbers. There's some JOLTS job numbers at 10 a.m. and that's going to come in 16 minutes. That's why the markets sort of need to be careful. EQT. I got it today. Today's not following. EQT. Up. Volatility VIX is at 25.24. 86% drop frame. Hello? That's weird. My voice is skipping. Oh, it's just my voice that's skipping, by the way, I think. If the video is not skipping, right. I think if I don't talk super loud, then my voice cuts in and out. That's not actually skipping or dropping frame. Hello, hello. Yeah, see, it's like if I don't talk loud enough. And that's some issue. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, we've got 14 minutes. Should wait around for that. I'm going to try to get some. Oh, I actually got that fill. That's good. Right, so I closed out my Chewy position at like 90% max profit. I might need to flatten you. RITM is IMS is really pulling back from the market with a nice bounce, but I mean this has got to be bullshit because why? Bounce. Fixed five. So something good just happened, and I don't think it